This is NBC6 South Florida Today.
We are all spending more money on just about everything today. Groceries, gas, of course, vacations. The economic situation right now can be very stressful for anybody, but especially on married couples. Here to explain how couples can happily, we hope, get through this tough economy is Tim Kellis, who is a Wall Street analyst and author. Welcome.
Thank you. Very glad to be here, Bob.
I hope you have an answer, and to have an answer and have it be a happy one too.
Yeah,
would
exactly.
Be welcome news in a day when we're getting nothing but bad economic news every single day.
Well, I guess the bottom line here, we've gone through the longest bull market in history, right? And I think for the first time in many people's adult lives, they're going to have to deal with sort of a downturn. And that's, you know, from a financial perspective, it's more important than ever now to actually work together.
Well, is this a book that needs to be read by husband and wife to be as effective as you want it to be?
Well, I actually just started working with my first couple. What I'm having them do is at night, an hour before they go to bed, read it together and discuss it. Yeah, exactly.
So give me, pick a couple of examples and tell me how specific you get with this book.
Well, for the capitalism example, in the way as I discuss how to set up a partnership, I use Microsoft, Paul Allen, Bill Gates, but they both have different sets of assets, and the analogy is, you know, men are more logical, women are more emotional, and if you could use your assets together, because the point in the relationship, what you're trying to get to is where you work together as opposed to apart. Mm-hmm. And so what you have to basically do is understand how to disagree. Martin Luther King called it civil disobedience, for example.
Well, of course, when you talk psychologically, this would be good for any issue in any relationship, but it gets particularly sticky when the money gets thin.
Yeah. Well, as we know as a society today, the two biggest problems in marriages are intimacy and finance. So, and again, as we go into this sort of downturn in the market, from a financial perspective, you have got to discuss your problems.
Now, are you giving financial advice or marital advice?
The way,
or both?
Actually, you know, I've kind of solved the marriage problem. So where I'm going is a little bigger than just the financial advice. In fact, what I would tell your audience right now, if they are not able to discuss finances together calmly, then they should really seek professional help, which are basically financial planners, as a sort of a third party to sit down with you and to work things through calmly. What you have to do as a couple is build an income statement, okay? I mean, I studied income statements for over 10 years. So what that basically means is revenue and expenses. And as your revenue situation gets tighter and tighter, you may have to pull back a bit. You may have to, you have to manage your economic situation just like a business. And of course, what you're trying to do is grow love if you want to know sort of a big picture thing. But from a financial perspective, you've got to solve your financial situation.
I mean, it's difficult to solve the problem because it's getting worse so rapidly. We're all seeing the price of everything go up as a result of the price of oil. And for many people, their income is either going down or being eliminated. There's a huge job loss, obviously a huge foreclosure problem here in the state of Florida. I mean, what do you do when your costs are rising and your income is dropping?
You pull back. Let me give you my example.
Are you married?
Yes, married. Beautiful.
What does your wife think of the book?
She's supportive of it, of course, but she's supportive of it.
Do you work these things out as you describe in the book with her?
Well, the way I put my situation is it's a quest for the happy marriage, but I'm extremely happy with my situation. Got a beautiful 3-year-old son, so personally, but it's a quest. I mean, we have situations come up. I mean, for me to say I'm happily married and we're going to live forever, that's obviously in our culture today a tough thing to make. But we're working on our situation just like everybody else is.
How different is your advice today than it would have been in the booming 90s?
Well, back then the saying was it's all good. Now the saying is it is what it is. And let me kind of give you my example from a financial perspective. My dad was a cab driver. My mom was a secretary. We were raised on $22,000 a year for my entire upbringing. If people could understand where we are from a big picture financially, then they can maybe relax a little bit and try and work together to solve their problems as we're going through this downturn. I mean, if you're one of the people that unfortunately got stuck in the foreclosure mess, couldn't imagine. I don't own a house in Florida. Thank the guy upstairs. But if you got stuck in that mess, your marriage is going to really be put to test, and you've got to work together in that situation. You got to pull back. I mean, look, we have iPods, cell phones, computers,
and we all think they're absolutely essential for daily life.
Yeah, you have to have those to live. But I hate to tell you this, but a roof over your head, a meal, transportation. I mean, if you want to get basic,
we're going to have to get basic. An awful lot of us are going to have to go more basic.
Unfortunately.
All right, good luck with the book. Do you have a book signing?
Actually, I've got my first public appearance here locally next Sunday, actually, up
Where?
in Pass Reef Park. It's for the American Heart Association, and it's an hour-and-a-half presentation. That's where I really am going to present myself in full and give an audience really a chance to see me in full, so to speak.
All right. Great talking to you.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
All right, thank you, Bob.
And remember, the book is titled Equality, The Quest for the Happy Marriage, and it's available, as they say, wherever books